Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Magoon Squad show. Today it's just going to be me, so it's going to be a little bit shorter of an episode again. But let's go ahead and kind of dive into everything that that happened today. Really just UEFA Champions League that went on today. Anyway, kind of looking at everything that happened here. Bologna, and Shakhtar, they did start out at the 11:45 slot here in America. The earlier game over in Europe, of course. But anyway, we got Bologna and Shakhtar both drawing with a missed pin. What was it? Missed pin like 4 minutes in. Yeah. A missed pin like 4 minutes in for Shakhtar that probably could have won them the game. Kind of looking at the game, though, possession was won by Shakhtar. Didn't really have the shots. Bologna with 17 total shots compared to Shakhtar's 4. The expected goals was in favor of Bologna, aka Bologna. Expected goals were 1.12 to 0.88 in favor. But shot-wise, of the 17 shots, 4 were on target, 0 hit the woodwork, 6 off target, 7 block shots, 10 inside the box, 7 outside the box. So they had that presence of the attack, just was never able to finish their chances, unfortunately. But moving on, Sparta Praha facing off against Salzburg. Sparta, of course, the home team in this one. And honestly, really caught me off guard. 3-0 win against Salzburg. I don't remember who I had winning that one. Let me see. Sparta. Salzburg, I had beating Sparta Praha, actually. So I had Salzburg beating Sparta, but Sparta, of course, won that one with 2.35 expected goals with only 29% possession. I don't know how that's really possible. I didn't get to watch this game, unfortunately, but 29% ball possession, 2.35 goals from that 29 of possession. Salzburg with 71% possession, 11 shots to the 11 shots, pretty even there. The expected goals was only 0.6. For Salzburg. But kind of looking at the shot quality for each team, of the 11 for Sparta, 6 were on target, 5 were off, 7 in the box, 4 outside the box. And then the 11 for Salzburg, only 1 of them were on target, 4 off target, 6 blocks, 5 inside the box, 6 outside the box. So while Salzburg had that presence and that domination up in the attacking just momentum, they need to just take better chances inside the box and work the ball around the 18 a little bit more. But goals came early. There was a goal at second minute, 42nd, and 58th minute for that one. And the big one that I hit a big bet on, I did ladder Celtics goals from, I think it started at 3 to 6. They finished with 5. Regardless, Celtic with the big win. I had them beating Bratislava. Really just, Celtics dominant presence in this game. 5-1 win. Had 61% ball possession to the 39 of Bratislava. 3.79 expected goals to 0.5. 16 shots to their 8. Goalkeeper saves, though. Bratislava had 7 to Celtics 1. Looking at the shot quality for Celtics, 16 shots, 11 of them are on target, which is insane. 0 hit the woodwork, 3 off target, 2 blocked, 13 inside the box, and 3 outside the box. And then for Bratislava, 8 shots total, 2 on target, 2 off target, 4 block shots, 6 in the box, 2 outside the box. So shot quality, of course, way better for Celtics. But if you want to take something away, if you're a Bratislava fan, which I don't know many out there, the shot qualities were there. You had 4 block shots, 2 off target, but 6 of the 8 shots that you took were inside the box. So that's a very, very nice thing to see, because you're not just taking those whiff shots outside the box and just putting up a Hail Mary. But regardless, moving on here, we got my team, Borussia Dortmund, winning 3-0 against Club Brugge, as some people will call it. I'm calling it Berg. Club Brugge. Anyway, Dortmund, 2.04 expected goals. Club with 1.24 expected goals. 63% possession in favor of Borussia Dortmund. 17 shots to 18. It was pretty even. I did watch this game. I'm going to be honest. Brugge had the momentum a lot of the game. To start the game, they had a lot. Towards the end of the first half, they had a lot, and then towards the end of the second half, they had a lot on us. So, really, honestly, just a good. Oh, sorry. They had some in the first half, not the second half. I don't know why I said that. Just that towards the middle of the first half, they had a big momentum shift, but then we kind of picked it up towards the end of the first and the second half. I was remembering that. I think I said that wrong. But regardless, like I said, 2.04 to 1.2, 18 shots to 17. Let's go ahead and take a look at the quality of shots real quick. Jamie Biden Gittins with 2 goals, and Shuro Garase with a pin at 90 plus 5. The shot quality, though, for Borussia Dortmund, which I was really excited to see how we would do with this sort of new team. Not brand new, but sort of new. 17 total shots, 6 on target, 0 hit the woodwork, 7 off, 4 block shots, 10 inside the box, 7 outside the box. So we did take our chances inside the box, with 6 of them being on target. Outside the box, could probably, because the shots off target, those 7 outside the box were basically the 7 off target. I mean, there was a couple of Julian Brandt took that I was kind of just like, I was like, I don't know why you're taking that shot, you know. I mean, I get it. Same for Sabitzer, but I mean, you gotta find better opportunities. That's just me though. Sabitzer took quite a few outside the box. Unfortunately. But looking at Club Brugge, 18 total shots, 5 on target, 1 hit the woodwork, 7 off target, 6 block shots, 10 inside the box, 8 outside the box. So wasn't too bad for them either. I'm going to save that one. But PSG Girona, I did pick PSG to win this one. Luckily, they did win with an on goal. The goalkeeper didn't save it. Again, I did pick them to win. I'm not saying they should, but it's what it is. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, they still won either way. So, regardless, though, PSG 2.05 expected goals with 64% ball possession to the 36 of Girona, and the 0.25 expected goals, 26 shots to Girona's 3, with the La Liga defense that we all know that is very, very solid. PSG, and I've said this coming into the Champions League, PSG is a very interesting team because I think they could be very, very good. This PSG team, even without Mbappe, is still a very, very good team. And it kind of showed in today's match, dominating possession, 26 total shots. And, of course, we'll dive into the shot quality. 26 total shots, 5 on target, 1 hit the woodwork, 9 off the target, 12 blocked, 17 shots inside the 18, 9 outside the box. But not really much to talk about Girona. They only had 3 total shots. But what I was trying to say is PSG, in my opinion, I think they're better without Mbappe, and that's a very, very hot take there because Mbappe, of course, is one of the best players in the world. To some people, to me, it's hit or miss sometimes. But I just think that even without Mbappe, they're even better. They play as more of a team than just have to feed Mbappe. So what I'm saying is Bradley Barcola, who I love, man, he is stepped up. He is playing out of his mind. He didn't do crazy today. No shots for him. Dembele as well. Zaire Emery, Hakimi, Mendes, all these guys. I'm just sitting here saying to win without Gia as well at keeper. And of course, Hakimi was the man of the match in this one. But what I'm trying to say is this team is just very, very good, even without Mbappe. I think they could go and who did I have PSG? They can go and beat Man City when they come to PSG. I'm just being honest. They draw with Bayern, beat Atletico, beat PSV, Salzburg, Girona, Stuttgart. I have them going 6-1-1, and I think they're a very solid team. And it kind of showed today is like even without Gia at keeper, which they would even be even better with Gia at keeper. I'm just sitting here saying, just watch out for PSG, man. Watch out. I'm giving you all a heads up. But moving on, we got Man City versus Inter Milan. Kind of a boring match. I'm not going to lie. It was pretty boring. 60% for Man City, 40% possession for Inter, 22 shots for City, 13 shots for Inter. Some good goalkeeper saves, not really anything too crazy, but regardless, looking at the shot quality, 22 shots for Man City, 5 on target, 10 off target, 7 blocks, 16 inside the box, and 6 outside. 2 Inter's 13, 4 on target, 7 off target, 2 blocks, 7 inside the box, 6 outside the box. For me, kind of looking at this one, and I know this is going to be sad to say, but this is a win. This is a win for Inter Milan. This was a win for them. Going into the match, they were plus 600 to win their money line, plus 600 money line, plus 425 to draw this match. Honestly, this is a win for Inter. They were so heavily bet against and so heavily non-favored in this match that they came out and played a complete 90 minutes. And, of course, Jan Sommer played very, very well for Inter Milan at keeper. I'm just simply saying here, Inter Milan played very, very well, even with Lorenzo Martinez's struggles. He didn't start tonight. He actually got subbed in at 66 minute there. And Marcus Thuram played very well as well. It's kind of one of those things, though, is like the big thing with Inter Milan, the biggest question that they had because of Lorenzo Martinez's struggle is just the offensive presence. You know, their defense is always going to be solid. Their midfield solid. But can Inter produce those goals? That was the big question coming into the Champions League. Again, with Martinez's struggles, can they produce goals? We didn't really see anything too crazy tonight to turn heads and say, you know what, they can't produce goals. But regardless, you know, Man City, on the other hand, can they be consistent, right? Because consistency for Man City, in my opinion, is the biggest thing that holds them back. And what I mean by that is that this team has so much talent around it. Jack Grealish, Kevin De Bruyne, Erling Haaland, Bernardo Silva, Savino, Rico Lewis, Rodri, Manuel Akanji, Diaz, you know, just a bunch of talent surrounding this team. And, of course, they're bench players, too. You know, you got Foden subbed in, Jeremy Doku subbed in. They could have subbed in Kyle Walker if they needed him. John Stones on the bench. Ake is actually out right now. Kovacic, they could have subbed in. Nunez. They got a bunch of talent. But my thing is, and it's same with Erling Haaland in the Champions League, right? Last year, he struggled. In the Premier League, he was fine. But in the Champions League, he struggled. And Man City struggled to find those goals, you know? And that was my biggest question coming into this, right? Man City and Erling Haaland have been rolling in the Premier League, just rolling. Erling Haaland, 2-3 goals a game, right? And then you come into the Champions League at home and can't find a goal. You know what I'm saying? So my biggest thing is coming into this was just the consistency from Man City. Can they bring that into the Premier League? And can Erling Haaland bring that consistent play into the Premier League from what he does in the into the UEFA Champions League from the Premier League, right? If you're putting up 2 or 3 goals, you can at least put up a goal in the Champions League, right? It's just my thing is that's the big question with City. Are they consistent? And right now, from looking at last year to here, they're really not. They're not consistent. You can't have that transition from the Premier League to here. And you could say the competition's different, but I mean, at the same time, you're playing top level, you know, and Erling Haaland needs to be on his best with only a 6.9 rating. And that's the thing. Touches, he had 14 touches, nothing too crazy, but that was the thing last year as well, is that, you know, they struggled to get him involved, right? 14 touches to me is not a lot for Erling Haaland. It really isn't. But it happened last year in the Champions League too. They struggled to get him involved in the match, and they did the same thing in this one too. You know, you got Jack Grealish, 54 touches, Kevin De Bruyne, 42 touches, Bernardo Silva, 54 touches, Savino, 35 touches, and then you got Haaland at 14 touches, you know, and Marcus had 27 for Inter. So what I'm trying to say is it's very the consistency aspect. You can't get him involved in the Premier League and not the Champions League, right? I get he's shadowed a lot in the Champions League because of how great he is, but my thing is you got to get him involved. 14 touches for Erling Haaland is really unacceptable in my opinion. You got to get him involved more. And that's the biggest thing with City right now. And I'm sure City fans out there could possibly agree with me, is Erling Haaland is just not involved sometimes. It just looks like he just, I don't want to say standing around, but I mean, it just looks like he's just going through the motions because they're not involving him in the play at all. It's like they're playing with 10 men. So I think they need to find a way to get Erling Haaland more involved and open. I don't know how they're going to do that, play a false nine or something. They tried the false nine, didn't work. Went back to whatever they were doing now, still didn't work. So they need to find a way to get Haaland involved for City to succeed, right? In my opinion. But then finally, Thursday, tomorrow, we got some good matchups. Feyenoord, Leverkusen, Monaco, Barcelona, Atalanta, Arsenal, Atalanta at home. That would be an interesting one to see. Atletico Madrid, Leipzig. I think Atletico should win that. Brest and Sturm. And then Cervena, Zvezda, and Benfica. Benfica probably shouldn't worry about that one. So that's my biggest question kind of coming in here for Man City, and it still has not been answered for me, and I'm still wondering and questioning, can Man City get over that inconsistent play that they've been getting in the UEFA Champions League? And I'm very interested to see how they do that. But moving on, we got Thursday Night Football. The New England Patriots facing off against the New York Jets at New York. Patriots have looked very, very well despite being 1-1, having lost in OT to the Seattle Seahawks and beating the Bengals on the road. Can they do the same thing to the New York Jets with Aaron Rodgers? With Aaron Rodgers kind of being inconsistent. He's not really at the Aaron Rodgers level that we know, but the Jets still a very, very good team. Regardless, my kind of thing is looking at this game coming in. I think it's going to rely heavily on the run game. So see a lot of Breece Hall, see a lot of Stevenson run the ball for their respective teams. I was saying if you're going to bet on this game, my personal bet would be Stevenson and Hall, 50 yards for Stevenson, 60 yards rushing for Hall, and then each of them to get a touchdown. Or you can do a receiving, rushing kind of yards, like both together, and probably do like 80 for Breece Hall in case he breaks a long like screen pass out or whatever. But kind of looking at this game, Jets favored by 6. Money lines minus 270, 66.5% chance to win to the 33.2% chance for the Patriots. I just worry about the Jets. Again, they're just not consistent, and Aaron Rodgers has failed to show me that he's back to where he is, and it's hard to get back there with the injury that he had at his age. But kind of looking at this, I'd probably take the +6 against New England. I think it would probably be a 3-point win for the Jets if they do win. Over 40 points, though, probably not going to go over. I just think there were two very defensively solid teams that I can't really see this game going over. That's why I'm saying watch out and get ready for a lot of run plays. I know the last one, 23-20, did go over, but they did hold the Bengals 16-10 at Cincinnati. So kind of looking at that, I don't think the over is gonna hit. I think I would go under like 42 if I did an alternate under. I'd probably go 42, but get ready to watch and see a lot of run plays, right? Rushing, they're tied 4th in the league. The Patriots are tied 4th in the league at rushing. I think the Jets are up there as well. Let's see. The New York Jets are not up there. They're at 169. Okay. So not up there, but I'm pretty sure Breece Hall, like rushing plus receiving is there. But kind of looking at the defensive yards right now, yards allowed, rushing wise, I mean, the Jets are allowing 310 from the last 2 games, so averaging about 200 rushing yards per game on them. So look for New England to utilize that and just run the ball down their throats, kind of like how San Francisco did. And then, of course, New England only allowing 116 yards rushing, and then passing, they are allowing New England's allowing 466. So as you could see there, New England's pass defense not as good as the run defense. So if the Jets want to win this game, it's going to have to be over the air with Aaron Rodgers passing. Can Aaron Rodgers show out and have a big game here on Thursday Night Football, primetime game, divisional game? Can we see a big Aaron Rodgers game? That's the question that's going to have to be answered. So other than that, though, guys, sorry for the short episode. I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out.
I packed a bowl and I fell asleep. I never have the guts to be